you don't. And if you do, tell me and I'll give you stuff. They will not That's right. They'd rather have the social approval, which is a reward, of a lesson time. Now, I mean, too many people speaking, you won't hear.
But in order to have a reward system like that, where they won't take the prize anymore because they've grown up and matured, you need to establish in the beginning that you get a prize until you reach a certain level of maturity. They're not going to all of a sudden just stop accepting the prize.
Oh, no. You have to start. Normally you have to start very strong reward system with groups or things like that.
But you have to tell them that they gain a reward until they don't need it anymore.
They gain reward for effort, so it's no longer an effort. Let them tell you, or you should try and guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but you also need to like move your kids to like, oh, 1 second, this kid doesn't like do well with like strong, like really strong language, and you have to like kind of like be around the bush and stuff. And like, I know what else I was going to say, but basically like each child is different. You just have to like.
That's why you need to go from. You need to know your kids.
You have to like decide how am I gonna stay all together to like as a group, how am I gonna like.
Okay, so one way you can do it is I can give you something I've written about A, B, and C kind of children. There are different kinds of kids. Most of you kids are A, meaning you just need to know what to do. You need to be given the opportunity to do it. You'll probably do it. Not all of you, but most of you. Some of you will be B. You will need the occasional reward and punishment to remind you other people have rights to learn, and they need to be able to hear, and they need to be able to see, and they need to be able to feel comfortable. Some of you may even be C, which means that you will do this so often, this interfering and interrupting, someone will need to take you aside and talk to you and see if you do understand. And none of you will be D. The D is much more complicated. These are actually people who are self-hating people. They actually don't like themselves. That's why it's really important before they lose track of what they are good at and invested in. Someone finds that, and hopefully it's still legal, and you can focus on it and encourage them to build themselves back to being normal people. There are people like that in this community.
Are you saying that when someone resists it's because they don't like themselves?
Yeah.
Some people just don't like being told what to do.
No, that's different. But if I try to be nice to someone who resists, then you've got yourself someone who doesn't feel worthy. So even if you come close to some people, they will shy away. If you try to say something nice, and they'll get angry at you. You'll know who they are when you meet them, pretty obvious. There are 4 kinds of those people, but you will not meet too many. Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Do you think it's detrimental to constantly be rewarding the kids that need to make an effort to behave or to do things well, and then there's just the negative kids not always do it, and they're not getting anything?
That's right, because that you will need to discuss with those kids what you are doing. And what you are doing is rewarding effort. And because if someone understands right from wrong and can do right,
Then they don't get counseling.
they don't need the reward is not getting the reward. It's paradoxical, but it's true. You get the respect that comes with not getting the reward.
I guess also you wouldn't put attention with it.
Resent it if you have to reward and punish them, because they think they're beyond that.
You can learn to become an A.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called developmental management. That's what I'm saying. This is what we're calling in America. Developmental management is you develop the person on a scale, but you need to say things in certain ways. I'm going to move into that now. So all I've done so far...
Can I just add something?
Yeah.
I suppose also with Chaya's question, like I don't think maybe it would mean that you have to give the Bs so much attention, just reward, whereas the As you can keep on giving them a lot of attention. You don't neglect them, you're just not giving them the physical reward.
Yeah. In fact, you should...
Unless they really want it maybe still or
in a
whatever.
group, I don't know about a group, but in a classroom the research is done, if you do good work, the teachers compare, so you do good work, you do bad work. The teacher's 7 times more likely to comment on the good work and say something nice, and they are to say something bad about the bad work. So teachers are quite positive around work, about productivity. But if you act socially, normally you come in, you sit down, you're quiet, you bring your stuff, you come on time, you don't talk when others are trying to hear, that kind of basic stuff, which anyone can do. If you do that, you are, compared to someone who doesn't behave normally, you are 7 times more likely to be criticised for doing the wrong thing than recognised for doing the right thing. So it's the opposite of good work. So the good kids get plenty of recognition, but it's usually around what they produce. The difficult kids do not produce, because they can't, that's why they're difficult in most cases. They don't even like to read. So the difficult kids are not producing, they're not getting much recognition there, and they're getting a lot of criticism for their social behaviour. It's a very bad situation for them. They should not be at school if that's what a teacher's going to do. They should not be at camp if that's what you are going to do. Because it's going to damage them permanently, not just tomorrow or the next day, but permanently. You'll move them down the scale until they will doubt that they're worth anything. So the whole thing is to address that balance. Yes.
What's your opinion in regards to like awards at the end of camp or whatever? Do you give the child that put in effort but is below the child that is naturally good?
You probably have different awards. You have awards for achievement kind of awards and awards for effort kind of awards. Yeah. You have to, otherwise you're never going to get anything. Okay, so here's the summary of where we're at. That these powers are the key. So everything from now on, I'm going to give you a sheet with a whole lot of skills on it. These powers are the ones we're going to relate to. We're going to have to control people, even tell them when they're doing the wrong thing, but we're going to have to do it in a way that involves information, some recognition, don't damage the relationship too much, and maybe expert minimise punishment and reward. We'll have to have punishments, but they should seem like logical consequences to the behaviour of the child, and not arbitrary stuff that you just impose. So I'll come to that. So that's just the background, and that's all it is. So now I'm going to tell you about what's called the DMA, and that's the approach. These are pictures from classrooms. You would need visual signs around camp that in camp, no, Jews don't have rights, you should know this. There are no such things as rights for Jews, just responsibilities. We have responsibilities, but we do expect people to behave certain ways. So people have needs, not rights. So if I were doing this for camp, I would be having signs around about people's need to enjoy camp. People have a need to be able to enjoy the place. They have a need to feel comfortable and safe. What other needs do they have at camp that you could publicise as your informational base for social control? You tell me, what are the needs you would be acting to protect if you said to someone, please don't do that because...
Safety.
Okay, people need to be heard. What else do they need to be? They
feel validated.
Okay, they need to be recognised or validated, but in terms of the camp as a whole, what other things would you highlight? See, at school it's dead easy. You need to have an opportunity to learn, and you need to be physically safe and emotionally safe.
You need to have fun.
Okay, you need the opportunity to have fun. That means that that's going to involve people joining in, because that will reduce the fun if people hold back. What else you'd have to... So once you get the needs, you then start identifying your expectations, and that keeps it informational. So let's play this game. Write down 3 needs that you could sell to any camper. 3 needs. At this camp, campers need to